Hello, everyone. I'm here to just make a quick video. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this song, but I decided the video came out today and I was filming another video and I thought, you know what, I'll just give my thoughts. Before I do, I just want to also give a big thank you, a heartfelt thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It's a huge milestone for me. It's one that it's the only milestone I really ever had any sort of possible hope for on this channel. And now that I've hit it, it's like, ugh, I can breathe. No, it's really heartwarming to know that, 1,000 of you have hit the subscribe button, that you're watching these videos, and that hopefully you're enjoying these reviews. Hopefully you don't find them too rambly or whatever, because I know they're quite long. But I just wanted to give that thank you, because again, it really means so much to me. You need to calm down. Well, it was hard for me to calm down when I found out about reaching 1,000 subscribers, so I will just say that. Taylor Swift is releasing her new album, Lover, this August, August 23rd. It has 18 songs on the standard edition, which is the longest album she has yet released. It is also the first album that will not be released in the autumn. It'll be released in the summer for her, so this is also the first time she's releasing on a new record label, Republic Records. This is the second single. I've already talked about Me with an exclamation point featuring Panic at the Disco. I could link the review I made of that song in the description. I wasn't so glowing about that song. Over time, it's not a song I've come back to. And unfortunately, or, maybe it's a little bit justified, the song has not really taken off the same way that, for instance, after Shake It Off came out, like 2 months later, that song was blowing up. Like, it was so big. Whereas 2 months after Me, it's not even really proved to be any form of a sleeper hit. So that song has definitely not really reached the kind of other heights that she has reached in the past. I mean, she still has such a strong fan base. She still has that real public appeal. This album, with this second single she's just releasing, is teasing to be a much more light, airy, very pop, but that doesn't mean exclusively, because Reputation we kind of gathered was going to be very pop, and that was it. This album could see a transition back to a sort of blended country pop style that she embraced on albums like Red, one of my favorite albums of hers back in 2012. I'm really hoping that's the direction she goes. I don't have any problems with her releasing these kind of poppier singles. That's a formula she's been doing for a long time. They're just not my real favorite songs. They're not the songs I'm really looking forward to from her. I'm looking forward to the deep cuts. And I would like to see some more of that, traditional country sound come back into her music a little bit. I mean, I won't lie. I'm one of those people. I'm sorry. But all of that aside, we are talking about the new single, which also just featured a new video. It is no surprise that this song is released during Pride Month. The emphatic celebratory nature of this song and the middle finger to the haters, which is basically talking about homophobia in particular, although it also is talking about, misogynoir, comparing female artists, people who are just writing random trolling comments on 7 a.m. You need to calm down on the internet. It's a call to take several seats to many different groups of bigots on the internet, particularly because the internet seems to give them the loudspeaker that they often don't really want to have in real life. It's very easy to hide behind a username and say things you would never say in person. That's why you say in the street, it's a knockout, but you say in a tweet, it's a cop-out. It's one of my favorite lyrics on this track. It's got some very straightforward but very, very clear jabs in there. I think it's very, again, like classic Taylor in that regard. It's not anything that in-depth, but it's also getting the point across in a kind of witty, kind of funny way the first time you listen to it. Although it gets old after a while. So again, I don't know how much staying power this song has, Along With Me for me. It's just, Along With Me for me. It's just, these two songs are not really the songs I'm going to be listening to. I'm just not really connecting with them the same way. But I have to just say this, because I have seen some people, on Twitter or whatever, again, it's the same concepts of bandwagon hate or just finding something to pick at. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the hugest Taylor Swift fan, and I'm not a stan of hers by any means. But people were coming at Taylor for her sort of coming out now as being an LGBT ally and not doing it in the past. The truth is that if you look at Taylor's career, she has actually all throughout dropped subtle hints, or maybe not so subtle hints, that she has always been an LGBTQ ally. One of her earlier music videos from Speak Now featured a gay character. Was very subtle, and I didn't pick up on it. But more recently, but still a little while ago, back in 2014, her song Welcome to New York, she says, and you can want what you want, boys and girls and girls. That was sort of the first real overt, Taylor is letting us know what she thinks about this. And I mean, it was never that much of a surprise. At her shows, she was always so welcoming and supporting of LGBT artists and her fans. I mean, she from the beginning was like reblogging and loving and she's just always been an ally. Some people have said that she's a Republican at heart, that she's always been a Republican. I'm no doubt she's probably raised Republican. But just because you're a Republican does not mean you are homophobic, although it is very hard to believe that in this day and age. That is the one sort of thing about Republicans I will have to concede. Homophobia is a really sort of unique sect of hatred and bigotry that doesn't exist nearly as much as Republicans do, thank goodness. But unfortunately, the Republican Party is still protecting homophobic views in the guise of religious freedom. But that's a whole other conversation. And Taylor has made it very clear in coming up to the midterms last year that she was not having any of it in the Tennessee Senate races. She was like, I'm supporting these people who are Democrats, who are pro-women, who are pro-LGBT. We want to get rid of this Republican. Unfortunately, the Republicans ended up winning in Tennessee, but that's Tennessee, so I don't know. They at least did a lot better than it might have done in previous years because of the influx of momentum that she was giving young people to vote for, progressive causes that big acts like Taylor Swift becoming political are going to cause. I was so proud of her for coming out like that last year. It was sort of like coming out in a different way. It didn't surprise me, though, one bit. She might, like I said, her family, I mean, not everyone is born a Democrat, but views change over time, so trust me, I'm from Pennsylvania too. I get it. So anyway, you need to calm down. There's not really much else I can say. The music video, awesome cameos. We've got, Jesse Tyler Ferguson from Modern Family. We've got the Queer Eye Five Guys. We've got Adam Lambert. We've got Ellen DeGeneres. We've got Todrick Hall, several drag queens. She is unabashedly celebrating this culture. I mean, she really took that element of the song, even though the song's about way more than just LGBT. It really is that song, and this is kind of like the anthem she wanted to make for them. And some people said it was like the LGBT version of Bad Blood. But this song isn't nearly as, provocative as Bad Blood was. I mean, this song isn't meant to necessarily be about one specific person. Now, interestingly enough, that person we were talking about, Katy Perry, was also the big cameo that was a surprise in this video. She dressed up as a hamburger. She wore that to the Met, so I think it was probably filmed around the same time. And Taylor dressed as fries. They gave a little hug, and they quoted it as being a Happy Meal. I think it's very cheesy, but it's very cute. Honestly, I feel like Taylor and Katy made up a long time ago. I don't feel like it's headline news that they don't have beef anymore. It's not 2016 anymore. Like, we've moved on from that. Like, it's been a while. Like, I don't know. I guess when Reputation came out, there was still rumors that they were not friends, but they definitely have made up. It's about damn time, because that was like years and years ago. So all is good in Taylor Swift's world. Again, the color is really popping, the cotton candy aesthetic. Yeah, I'm very excited to see where Lover goes. That's all I really have to say. I just wanted to fill my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you loving this song more than me, or do you like me more? Or do you not like either of them? Are you really excited to hear more sort of acoustic sounding tracks? Are you excited to get real storyteller Taylor back? Because again, I really do feel like on these big singles, like the songwriting is the thing that's really not quite there and onto her standards. But that's not really anything new. Since like 2012, she's been always leading albums with kind of generic sounding singles. Her last real big single that was telling a great story lyrically was Mine from 2010. So yeah, I mean, she's not 20 anymore, but it's kind of interesting that when she was that young, she was writing the most mature stuff. And now that she's turning 30, it's almost like spelling is fun. I don't know. Sometimes I can't help but just say that. But anyway, I'm excited for Lover. I don't think it'll disappoint in that department, but who knows? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are all calm and have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace, love, and light. Bye.